Hi everyone, I'd like to welcome you today to our Sendible webinar. My name's Luke Knight, I'm the Partnerships Manager here. First of all, can I just ask where everyone's based in the world? If in the questions, if you want to put what a city or country and your name alongside, that'd be great, just so we can get the conversation going. So we've got California, here we go, we've got Colombia, we've got San Diego, Arizona, wow, too many, Peru, Orlando, Scotland, New York, we've got Harry from New York there. We've got Joe from Texas, North Dakota, London. Wow. So yeah, we've got a massive range of people joining. So thank you today. Again, my name's Luke Knight. Today the webinar is going to be focusing on the steps you need to create the ultimate Instagram marketing strategy. So we can see by the polls, thank you for everyone filling that out, that about 74% of people watching currently using Instagram for their strategy, and 26% aren't. So hopefully today the people that are using it, they'll learn some hints and tips, and people that aren't using it, you'll see why it's a great platform to start using for your business. And I can always try and make these as interactive as possible, so please feel free to ask any questions. I've got my colleague Veronica here. She's going to be answering questions through the chat as well, so in the questions please feel free to do that as well, or we can answer any afterwards. And if you're on Twitter, use @Sendible and you can start the conversation on there as well. Good stuff. So basically, for everyone watching today, if you're a Sendible user, or if you're not a Sendible user, this also applies if you want to sign up to a trial and leave us a review after that. So if you want to go to G2 Crowd, and you'll see the URL at the top here and leave us a review, we've got a gift for you at the end of the webinar, which we'll be letting you know. So the first area we're going to be looking at is, why is Instagram the place to be for your business? So why should you be on there in the first place? We'll then be looking at creating your strategy in 5 easy steps. So the real things you need to actually do to get started, or some of those things that you, even though you're very busy, you may not be aware of some of these things that you can do to actually sort of help enhance your strategy. We've also then got a plan campaigns with our simple checklist, so something that you can actually take away and use in the future as well, which is really good if you need to do that. We'll then be looking at the features of Instagram you might not know about. So we've got a slide just about some of the cool features that you may not know exist on there. Oh, sorry about this. And also how to manage your Instagram using Sendible. So I've got a few slides to show you all the great, we've got some automation tools, we've got scheduling, we've got finding hashtags and things as well. So I'm going to show you some of those great features that you've got. And then we've got a Q&A session. So feel free to ask any questions now or at the end. And if we can't answer them all, we'll answer them at the end. And then we'll give you tell you what the gift is. So good stuff. So about Instagram, Instagram's actually got over 700 million monthly active users. So that's actually people logging in and using it as well. So and this has doubled in the last 2 years. So whereas in things like Twitter was the place to be, Instagram is getting a lot more place there for instant recognition, instant conversation, and areas like that as well. So it's hugely growing, and you can see doubling every 2 years, and it's only going to look to go further, especially with all the great new features going on there. So there's 95 million photos and videos uploaded every day, so they must have massive servers. So you can see that, you know, it's great to have your consistent messages going out there and posts out each day as well. You're able, as you probably know, to be able to upload photos, short videos. Now you can even go live and use filters. So they're really challenging Snapchat on that, going filters and doing location-based things as well. So there's some really cool new stuff you can try on that. So there's less competition and more engaged users as well on Instagram. Well, a lot of people are narrowing their focus just on Facebook. As we know, Facebook also owns Instagram as well, but a lot of people that have already built over the years a large community on Facebook, and that's where they drive most of their traffic from. But Instagram is a really good one where you can then further outreach and, you know, really discover people through hashtags and stuff to grow your audience on that side. And it's a lot easier, as I just mentioned, to target audiences there, because you can do live searches. You can also do things like locations and hashtags and people of interest as well, what they have in their profile. And it's money, and you have less money spent on paid advertising at the moment as well, because it's actually lower cost to advertising than most of the other social networks. So really good to get on board with that before the price of those adverts go up. And currently, apparently only 36% of marketers are actually using Instagram currently as well. So, I mean, that's growing day by day, but, you know, try and get ahead of your competitors by being on there. They've also, over the last year, introduced an algorithm for posts on Instagram. So now the photos that you view, or if you view a photo for longer, or you're posting particular hashtags, or you look at someone's profile more often, then they're actually going to prioritize your post to be seen by them and vice versa. So, you know, it's really good to actually start following influencers and people like that as well. So you get to see more of their posts and be able to share it. There's some really great new exciting features like Instagram stories, which I'll show a bit later. You've got business profiles. So if your business is currently a personal profile, it's good to actually switch that over to a business one. You just need to link your Facebook account and you'll be able to see a lot more analytics like followers, posts, and other areas like that as well. So switch it to a business profile and you get a lot more in-depth information out of it. As you probably know, Instagram hasn't got an API as well, so for posting anyway. So we at Sendible have a couple of ways that we get around that, which I'll show you later on. But yeah. I'll go on to the next slide. So how to use Instagram for your business. So the idea behind Instagram is really just to actually inspire and entertain people rather than directly promoting, whereas people are definitely going to unfollow you if all you have is text-based ones which are trying to sell or trying to do too many promotions. So it's really a good way to actually try and inspire and have a really good strategy that you can entertain, show some actually character behind your business as well. And really showing what you're doing in a creative way, not just a one-tunnel way of, we want to show all of our products. You're going to want to show people using your products. You're going to want to show really good aspects and really showing your mission to the world as well. So it's all really about documentation rather than instant sort of sales. So you want to build up this really trustful following that you can then work with in the future, and who are people unfollow people for the smallest things on Instagram. So you really want to be able to have a consistent journey through that. And you really want to add value to people and looking good on the way. So, you may want to show how your product's being used. You may want to show how-tos in the videos. You may want to show customer testimonials and things as well. So some really great ways you can approach that. And the biggest asset you have all really is your posts. So you really want to take time with your posts to actually make sure they're right. You may want to take 4 or 5 different angles of something before you do it, not just the first one. And it can be the biggest downfall if something in the background that you don't want or anything like that as well. So it's really good just to take quite a few pictures and actually take your time over this as well, rather than just jumping in and taking straight away, because in the long run you want to show a great image and reputation for your business. So we're just going to show how to create your strategy in 5 easy steps. So first of all, it's going to be getting the basics right, setting up your profile, deciding on your content focus, and then publish and engaging on Instagram itself as well. And please feel free just to ask any questions in the question box, or if you've got any great strategies you want to share with us all, I can read them out, or if there's any influencers that you like that you really think we should be aware of, let us know in the questions. And then we're going to show you at the end just how to make your Instagram strategy scalable as well. So getting started, so you should really have a reason for being on Instagram. So before you jump in, or if you're using it, you should really be thinking about actually what you want to gain from Instagram itself. Do you want to have it for lead generation? Are you a large brand that actually wants to show its culture behind it? Do you want to use it as a customer service platform? If someone asks you, how do I do this in the messages, you could do a quick video and send it a personal video directly through them in the messaging system. So there's really great ways you can utilize Instagram, not only just for singular posting pictures. You can do the direct messages to people to actually really feel your customer service people are giving people advice. So really find the reasons are. So the goals, expectations and purposes as well. So are you going to set yourself KPIs that you have to post a certain amount a month, or do you want to drive leads to like a dedicated landing page, or how do you really want to act in that as well? Do you want to show that you're like a caring company? Do you want to show that you're your new product line that's coming out? So there's really good ways that you want to build like anticipation and expectations around that. You definitely want to know your target audience as well. So if you're like a consumer product, do you want to post at 11 o'clock in the morning on a Monday? Probably not. You're probably going to want to more posts, sort of 6:30, 7:00, 8:00 in the evening where people have finished work. They want to relax, they want to go on Instagram, they want to chat. So really good to be able to schedule your posts and really understand the demographics as well. So you may be like a product line that caters for male, female, different age groups as well. So you really want to segment your strategy into particular groups. And again, we can get some great analytics through Sendible, like best time to post and things like that as well for maximum engagement. So it's really good using those analytics to actually really sort of pinpoint and target who you're actually going to sort of focus online as well, and really keep tweaking it. Social media is all about learning. It's not just about having one thing that works. Different days of the week, different times of the week, different occasions which are coming up. It's really great to see what your target audience are really engaging in the most as well. A very important thing as well, if you're just starting off on Instagram and you haven't got your page yet, is your username. So we see a lot of people who have just really random usernames. It might be like a keyword that they want in their market that they want to be searched on. But I really think using your brand name is very key, because once you've got it, it's pretty much for life. Especially with the amount of new people signing up, you don't want them to take your brand name or anything as well. So it's really good to get your username right and then focus with your brand rather than a keyword you just want people to search on to find your brand as well. So really think about that if you're just setting out. So setting up your profile, it's definitely important to update your bio on a regular basis. This can really be go hand in hand with changing your bio links with frequency as well. So if you've got a campaign or an event coming up, or you really want to push a particular product, change your bio, put like a hashtag in there that you want to start a conversation, put that link to a lead capture form so you can capture leads coming in, or it could be to a discount that is only available for a few hours. So, you could put the link in there going, you get 50% off our product in the next 2 hours. You do a post about that, you do a live video, people are going to swarm to your page, they're going to click on your link, and you can even use things like UTM values in your bio link to actually track that it's come from that particular campaign as well. So really utilize your profile. It's not just the outbound posting that you're doing in the videos, same across all the social networks like Facebook, Twitter. It's great to have a fresh bio and really use that as a marketing platform rather than just to tell people who you are. So you can really capture and drive more leads through that way as well. As I mentioned at the beginning, switching to your business profile when you're setting up is very important. You have to link that to your Facebook business page. A lot of people think that might affect the reach through the algorithm, but if anything, Instagram like it because they know that they can. You're probably going to want to use their paid posts in future. So switch to a business page. You'll be able to see analytics. You'll be able to see clicks, and you'll get a lot more in-depth information than if your business is just currently on a personal page as well. So, and you can also add a few cool other features on there. So deciding on content, what you want to share. So which type of content? Are you just going to be photo based? Are you going to do videos? You can do Instagram stories or live video? I know people are a bit hesitant in jumping into live video, and if anyone was on Facebook, you saw I done a live video 10 minutes before the webinar today. Cool. Thanks, Jamie, said to breathe. There's a lot of content to go through, so sorry if I'm going too fast for everything, but it is recorded so you can replay it at the end, but hoping that we can get through a lot of great content. And again, if you've got any questions or anything, please feel free. My colleague Veronica's here to happily answer, and she's very on the ball at Instagram and all the other social networks as well. So the types of content are really going to be important to you. They're going to be educational videos on how to use certain products or new products coming out. We've had a question about what is Instagram stories. So what Instagram stories are is they allow you to do videos and they're only available for 24 hours. So you may see on the mobile app when you're on Instagram, there's pictures of people at the top and they have a circle around them. Sorry, John, if the connection's not too good actually. If it does go a bit weaker, let us know and we'll try and sort that out. So sorry, Instagram stories. So Instagram stories, if you click on your, if you go into the home stream, you'll see your icon on the top left. You can click on that, and then it lets you to do things like live video. It lets you to hold the button down for the story, and you can do a quick video or a boomerang. And what it does is it builds up just quick content over 24 hours, and it only lasts there for 24 hours as well. You can actually download it, and then you can actually post it onto your page if you want to stay there forever and get more reach eventually. But Instagram stories is a really good way just to be able to show people your day-to-day business things. Or imagine if you're a personal trainer, you could actually go through and show your workouts with your clients. You could show your day-to-day running or interview members of your staff. You could see if a build up to an event, and it's only there for those 24-hour periods. So a really good way to build anticipation for what your business is doing as well. So benefits of business for just posting. I think if you see which hashtags are trending and you've got a product which could actually really help that, say there's a global event or there's a hashtag going for an industry event you're in, post those particular times where keynote speakers have just finished, and you can really, ride on other hashtags and get some really good reach on that as well. So definitely a good way to do it. Yeah, all this webinar is in English, hopefully. Do use website to view trending hashtags. Yeah, we can show you actually, Jennifer, later on that Sendible has got a tool in our tool. It will show you all the hashtags and how many times they're posted, so you can see the top hashtags to use as well. So also, what themes are you going to be covering as well? So when I mean themes, you could say, is it going to be customer testimonials? Is it going to be company heritage that you want to go back through and interview like the CEO? Is it going to be like stories on how to do things? It's going to be upcoming campaigns that you've got. So really good themes you can do is covering, is it going to be beneficial in certain ways. So again, when you're planning this, have a set spreadsheet of all the themes that you may want to cover and brainstorm with your marketing team, or push it out there on an email to the whole company and say, what would you like to cover? With our support team, they're actually having issues maybe with this particular product or service, or we've got many questions asking this. Why don't we do a theme of how to use our product in this way? Because this could cut down customer support issues. It could then save us revenue from customer support, and they can help grow the business in other ways as well. So really have themes for different departments. If you're an accountancy firm, it could be how to do your tax return, how we can help with that. Lots of cool themes you can do building up to particular events. The frequency of posting as well. So this follows on nicely for the poll. Thanks again for everyone that filled that in. It was 47% of people post out 2 to 5 times. 43% of people post out 2 to 5 times a week. 42 people post out 5 to 10 times a week. And then it was 6% as well. There's other percentages actually posted more than 21 times a week. So those people are definitely on the ball for Instagram if you're posting that. And all you'll see is your user base growing, your engagement growing. You'll discover what hashtags are working if you're posting more frequently. It's a really good way to actually post and test the water, and you'll be able to see these themes that you're posting and which ones are most popular over a particular time period as well. We also want to know which colors will dominate and which filters for your social network posting on Instagram as well. So here at Sendible, we've got a particular range of filters and color schemes that we use for every post, and it just gives that really nice consistency for your brand and your image, and people know what to expect as well. So you see some really good sort of influencers who may just have like pure black and white pictures all the time with overlaid text. So you really want to keep all your posts consistent. So when a user does see you, they instantly recognize your brand rather than thinking, it's a different sort of filter or color every time as well. So when you're putting your strategy together about your content focus, really have these ones in colors that are going to dominate this and your filters, as well as all your themes, and you can change possibly the filters for the different themes that you're doing and frequency as well. We do suggest that you prepare 1 month worth of posts before you launch, especially if you're going on board. I know this does sound a lot of work, but I'm sure throughout your working day you could do lots of different posts, and it doesn't have to be you take a picture now and you have to send it today. You could prepare that and send it in a week's time, as long as it's really going over the theme and bringing some value to your followers as well. So Claudia's just asked, for a photographer, would you suggest including photos for your personal life to put in a personal side to your business? Yeah, 100%. I think especially if you're doing things like weddings or an event which is life-changing for people, they really want to give trust and they want to know a bit of about the person doing that, because they're going to have these photos for their wedding all their lives, and they really may want to know the person, the story behind you. You could even say what camera you use, why you use it, the filters, the different angles, the hints and tips. There's some really cool stuff, and I think if you bring like anyone now who wants to buy a product, they go straight to either social media or a review sites. They want to know what the brand's about. Is it trusted? Do these reviews say they're good or bad? And if they can actually find some feeling behind these posts and learn about who is actually running this business, I think it's a very good way. So on stock images, I think stock images can work very well if you can overlay text and content which is actually relevant. So you may want a stock image, then you might give my top 5 hints on how to use our product or anything like that as well. So as long as they're not too cheesy or too anything like that, you can really get away with putting some nice layered content over that, and then the thing that stands out is the actual text rather than really the image is more of a background as well. So yeah, definitely I think that's worth doing. So we're getting lots of questions now. So right now Okay, perfect. So my colleague Veronica's answering some of these as we go through as well. So I'll carry on with the slides because I know we're getting through this as well. So again, if you're enjoying the webinar, please feel free on Twitter. It's @Sendible, or go on Facebook and tag us in the post and say your hints and tips as well. So we hope you're finding this useful. And again, it's been recorded, which we'll send to you afterwards. So a great way for your strategy as well is to keep your clients keep your client audience interested as well. So you don't want to repeat the same style of posts all the time because it can get a bit boring. Like we said about the photography, you may want to find the person behind that. You may want to find out what you're doing, what's upcoming, all different things. So as quirky as you can make it really, and make people engaged. And the best thing to do is as well, just to search for the hashtags which you're putting into your one, and engage in that community as well. So I've got a slide later on about hashtags and how you can utilize those as well, but certainly keep audience interested and engage as well. So it's not just a one-way street. If people are liking your posts, you certainly want to go and click on there. You can filter, as you probably know. If you go on someone's profile, they're all in sort of like a square order, but you may know if you press the button in the middle, it actually puts their Instagram stream in the stream. So you can literally flick down and like all of theirs very quickly rather than having to go into each post. So again, you can interact and like people's things on there as well. So reward loyal followers with exclusive content as well. So this is really cool. So this is what I sort of mentioned at the beginning. You can do personal direct messages to people as well. So if you've got top influencers, you know that your loyal clients are actually on Instagram as well. So when they sign up to say your product or service, you could say, give us your Instagram handle and we can give you exclusive content and discounts and timely things. So really just build up your database of your Instagram followers if they're clients, and reward them with discounts and any exclusive content as well to keep them coming back and thirsty to buy your product or service even more as well. So you can easily do that. So let them be the first to know about new products and events as well. So not only are you posting this out to the world saying this is a new product coming up as well, you can actually get your customers involved. So you can say, actually, we've got this new product coming out. Can we send you a first sample of it? Can you give us your feedback? Can we do user-generated content for this as well? So we can send you a free sample, and they can really write about it, and things like that can go viral. So you could send 10 of your products out to 10 of your users. You can say, why don't you do a product review on Instagram? And so they're loving it because they're getting a free product. Two, if they've got thousands of followers, you'll get an extra free reach on them as well. And four, it just shows you really care as well. So, if you want to know their feedback and to actually build your business around these sort of customer feedback and journey as well, it's a great way to actually know how you can enhance your product or service based on your user needs as well. So really let them be the first to know and really, take care of them on there. So create teaser photos and videos to satisfy their curiosity as well. So have like countdowns. So you'll see things like Apple, they're massive on social media. If they've got like a new update of their iPhone, they have countdowns, they have anticipations, they do little, like trickling effect of little features coming out until they build up to this huge event that has tens of thousands of viewers on there as well. So if you know that your product, say, is coming out on the 1st of July, do a daily or bi-weekly posts on Instagram just to get people's curiosity, and they know that there's going to be an end date where you're going to launch this, and hopefully you can then change your profile. You can, on that day, you can put your link in, you could have an exclusive discount that you can message people out. So it's really just trying to tie all of these things together and building anticipation and making people want to follow you rather than not enjoying the posts you're doing. So social sharing and syndication is quite important as well. So through things like Sendible, you can schedule your posts to be reminded to post to push through to Instagram, and that can also go to Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and Pinterest. But you also probably see on Instagram itself, it has social sharing buttons. So it's got things like you can post to Flickr, to Tumblr, to Facebook, and you can simply just click them, and then that's going to push through. I know sometimes it only sets the link out to things like Twitter and Facebook, but what you can also do is there's other software which can then, you can utilize that like Sendible to actually be able to post that same image across at the same time, really sort of syndicating and get more reach across all of your social networks as well to drive people back to Instagram to follow you. Yeah, thanks, Mary. Yeah, we'd hope it to be more automated. It's because Instagram have got no API for posting directly. So we've actually launched our new push feature within Sendible over the last few weeks as well. So I'm going to show you a video shortly on how that actually works within Sendible. So it's like a 30-second video, and you'll be able to see that quite clearly. So hopefully it's taken away if you having to download and re-upload the video as well. So again, I mentioned use your profile link to capture leads. That's a great example of how you can drive great leads to your website or lead capture form. So now publishing and engaging. So choosing your relevant hashtags. You'll see down here, this is absolutely awesome Instagram post for just generating user content, and it's your town. So in Instagram contest, so they're using their hashtag and using this step-by-step thing on what they should do to actually get involved with the competition. Sendible actually has integration with Canva, so if any of you use Canva out there, it's a great tool to be able to create some really visually engaging posts like you'll see on the bottom here. So you can use Sendible to do things like this, overlay with text, use your hashtag. And again, as mentioned earlier, someone had the question, use stock images. This is a perfect example where you could just use a stock image and you can overlay that with all the text and all your hashtags to really get that trending, and people are going to be sharing it because they want to be entered into that competition. Good stuff. So industry leaders to follow. So a really important thing as well, if you're a small, medium business, or even if you're a big brand, actually follow industry leaders as well as your competitors. So you really want to see what they're doing. So be on the ball, not just pushing out what you're doing. Make sure that you know what's going on and what's trending, and you'll be able to see how many likes and followers that they have. So it's a really good way to see what's working for them, and if you can tweak and really sort of help with your strategy by actually following these key industry leaders. Again, if you're a marketing agency, you could follow like the Marketing Association or anything like that to really find about thought leadership and what's trending in the market and how you can actually sort of match that through your strategy as well. So again, it's all a learning curve and seeing what works for you. Also as well, you want to see when to like post for others and leave comments as well. So again, if there's a big event going on, you should like posts which are relevant to your industry, because again, if you're watching like a big influencer who may have 100,000 followers, if you'll probably know, if you're one of the first people to like them, your username would be at the top of their comment. So it'd say your username and so, and it says the first few, and then it says plus another 100 people like this. So really watch when people are posting, keep an eye on it, sort of keep this going, and your brand will be at the top of those posts. So anyone, thousands of followers, look at that post, they'll see you're at the top, and then they'd be curious to click on your username and hopefully follow. And also leave comments on these high trending posts as well. So choose collaborators to work with as well, and mention them in posts. So I've got a little bit of information further on about influence as well, but it's really great just to choose probably about 5 collaborators that you want to work with on a regular basis. So you don't want to spread yourself too thinly, but you really want to choose good people in the industry to actually post. There's even tools out there where you can actually repost, so you can actually repost other people's content, and it will have their username in the bottom of the picture as well. So if you want to use other people's content to repost, obviously it's worth checking with them first, because you don't want to sort of steal their ideas or anything as well. But most people will be pleased if you're a brand and you actually repost someone who's given a really good bit of feedback, or again, if they've tried out your products and you've sent them that freebie, and you can curate that content for them. And again, mention them in as many posts as you can. Again, what do you think of this? I'm sure you'll like this, or anything like that as well, to really get them to comment on your post, because they're mentioned in that as well. So expanding your reach with hashtags. So hashtags make it a lot more easy to find people and to find relevant content, as you probably know. In every single one of your posts, we suggest that you include your main hashtag for your company as well. So hashtag your company name. And again, if you've got any campaigns physically running at that moment as well. So you'll see in the picture down the bottom here, they've got hashtags. So check out our updates for the 5th and final day of our hashtag drone week, live from Rio. And they've got a link to their campaign down here as well. So it's a really great way as well to actually include your hashtag in every single post, but again, the ones that are trending. And then you'll find regular hashtags which people will be searching on all the time as well. And you should only really have a maximum of 30 hashtags that you're doing in there, and you don't want to really go over the top. But a really cool thing to include, which really gets a lot of attention, is emojis in your posts. So you'll be able to see, you can get some really cool ones. So if you're mentioning things like events you can smile at, or holidays, you can put the holiday symbol or anything like that as well. So put in as many of those emojis in as you like. And I think it's always quite good with starting with a few emojis, having your text so it grabs people's attention, do your hashtags, a couple of emojis in between, then hashtags again. But you'll see things like Instagood, they have millions and millions of people including that hashtag every time. And Throwback Thursday, so on a Thursday you'll see lots of people doing business content through like company heritage and past things they've been doing. So you get involved with those really cool hashtags, you'll get a lot more likes. We've got things like social media marketing, like beach holiday. So really good. Try and find out what hashtags are working for you. And again, shortly I'll show you in Sendible where it shows you these hashtags and how many people are using them for each one. So collaborator mentions. So highlight collaborators and share customer success stories. So share as much user-generated content and things as well, because people actually want to see about how your brand's useful to them, not how you're useful to their brand, how they're useful for you. So, you want to see how customers are using it in action, success stories, and things as well. So always mention as many people as you can. A great idea as well is so give to charities or fundraise a couple of times a year. So if you're in a particular industry, and it might be something that for a technology company, it might be giving technology like old computers to schools in particular countries or anything like that as well. So if you can really highlight that, and you've got thousands of followers, repost some of their content, help with their hashtags, and that's really going to show you that really nice personal side to your brand behind it as well. So, and it costs you nothing. You're just actually giving this charity a real big boost to all your followers, and hopefully you'll get likes, and you could help work alongside them as well. Again, collaborate with others, so any industry people. We've got partners in Sendible, so if you go to sendible.com/partners, you'll see a lot of the partners we work with. We offer discounts to them. They offer their clients discounts to Sendible. So if you can build up a really nice partner collaboration, you're going to have a bigger reach to your audience. So do unpaid shout-outs, and then you can also do paid shout-outs as well. So paid shout-outs are mainly for things like influencers. So you may have an influencer on a particular subject, and you can direct message them and say, how much would it cost to do a sponsored post for you? And I guarantee you'll get more reach probably on these paid shout-outs through influencers than you may do on actual paid advertising as well. And it would be a lot more segmented and targeted as well, because people actually trust those influencers. They think, actually, why would I see this Instagram post that just falls in the middle of my stream, a bit intrusive. But if I follow this person, they've got 100,000 followers, I paid them to do a shout out, there's already that certain amount of trust that someone gives into this person, saying they wouldn't work with this brand if they didn't trust them. So a really good way to actually get involved with that as well. Again, if you've got any questions, please feel free to put in the questions box, and if you're on Twitter, we'd love to hear your feedback at Sendible, and you can even include me at SendibleLuke, and just post out, and it'd be great to hear what you think of the webinar today. So how to make your Instagram strategy scalable. So this is more the focus around how Sendible can help you, but this is how you can make it quite easy. So we mentioned that you should really do a month's worth of content for Instagram pre-planned in advance. So what this can do is you can schedule your posts. So within Sendible, you'll see we've got a content calendar. You can upload your posts, and you'll really be able to see you've got that month worth of content in advance. You can monitor hashtags, which I'll show you shortly in there. So that's making it scalable to know you get involved with these hashtags that are becoming more and more popular. Manage your Instagram for clients on the go. So Sendible's got our brand new mobile app that you can download on iOS or on Android. So feel free to use that, and then you'll be able to scale everything on the go, take pictures directly from the app now, and then you can start scheduling them directly from there. So decide on your topic and theme. So planning, sorry guys. So this is our checklist. So we've just seen a high level overview of your strategy. So this is really now how the points which you should use for each individual campaign. So a bit of a checklist that you can take away at the end of the day, and you can say, right, we're going to do all this checklist before we start each individual campaign rather than the strategy in a whole. So first of all, you want to decide on your topic and theme. You want to, are you going to use user-generated content? Is it going to be culture or behind the scenes? Is it going to be a customer story? Is it going to be industry or thought leader led? Is it going to be promotional? So number 2, you want to plan your campaign. So you want to use the tone of voice. Is it going to be authoritative? Is it going to be fun? Is it going to be educational? So a really good way to start planning your campaign and what tone you're going to use around that. Also, then you're going to want to base your days and times to post around your demographics. So we mentioned at the beginning, you want to have your different demographics, and so for each individual campaign, again, if you're, as we mentioned, that retail brand or clothing brand, is it going to be targeted at females, males? Is it B2B or anything like that as well? You want to know what colors and filters you're going to use for each individual campaign. You're going to want to know the consistency with your brand as well. So you want to make sure that that is consistent. You want to know your target audience. Again, make a checklist of who you're going to be targeting. The ideal buyer persona. So you should really be putting buyer personas again for each individual target market. For example, at Sendible, we've got buyer personas, which it can be for digital agencies, it could be for public sector companies, it could be companies within the hospitality industry, it could be small business owners, it could be anything like that. So we have set personas on how we present our marketing material and our webinars to people. So again, for each social campaign, you should really have your set personas and what their buying habits and what times they're available and things like that as well. You want to choose your hashtag, so we've just gone over that. You want to have your set hashtags, again, include your brand in every one. You want to know the keywords that you want to follow. We want to know the event or location, so you maybe want to tag your location within your post. You want to know if it's going to be trending or seasonal. Is it going to be that Take Back Thursday, so every Thursday, or is it going to be seasonal? Is it going to be Christmas? Is it going to be Easter? Is it going to be barbecue bank holidays or anything like that? So you really want to make sure that you've got all your hashtags planned out beforehand. Again, you want to update your bio with your description and link, as we mentioned previously, to match your campaign. You want to create a lead capture form if necessary, so you want to drive that traffic from your profile to somewhere where then you can take them into your sales funnel or into a marketing nurturing campaign. So again, think about these steps, how you want to get them from social media into the buying cycle and onto your website or into this lead capture form. So that's one thing you want to tick off the box. You want to write and schedule your posts well in advance as well. You don't want to have to just take them on the day and think, is this good enough? Or you may want to run it by a few people. And again, in Sendible, we got workflows. So if you want to do things like send for approval, you could have your marketing manager sign that off before you post it. And again, a really good way to make sure it's consistent within your brand image and you're all happy that it's going out as well. So once you launch, be ready to reply to comments. So you really want to reply to comments as soon as they come in, because you know people are actually on their phone or on the app straight away, so you can actually start interacting with them and ask them questions and tell them, do you know there's a discount in our bio if you click on it and stuff like that as well. You want to follow new relevant accounts, so if people have commented or liked your post, you want to get ready and follow them directly back straight away so they know you care. Go into their profile and you can go and like their posts as well, just to show appreciation of what you're doing. You want to syndicate your posts to other social networks again. So we mentioned that, but just to keep it in mind in the checklist, that once you posted, be ready just to share it across Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and all the other social networks. So you want to do that as well. So I hope that checklist would help. Again, we'll send the slides out in this video. This has been recorded, so you can definitely have that afterwards as well. So here we go, a quick features you may not be aware of on Instagram as well. So Instagram, you can get notifications from people you follow. So again, if there's a particular influencer that you want to make sure that every time they post it, you can engage straight away and be at the top, you can set notifications so you get a push notification or an email every time that those people make a new post, so you can jump in and get involved with that conversation straight away. You can adjust your settings to approve to tag posts. So if you're a huge brand and someone might not like you, or they may have a problem with your product, you don't want to be tagged in their picture and then that goes viral and everyone that searches the hashtag or your username, you come up in that. So you can make sure that you have to approve that post before you actually get tagged in it as well, before it goes live in the world. So you can remove tags of accounts from other people's photos. So if people are just tagging you loads, but you don't mind them and you don't mind approving it, you can go in there and you can untag yourself as well. So a really great way just to make sure that you're consistently being seen in a nice positive light. You can hide filters that you never use, or create favorites as well. So as I mentioned, it's really good to have those consistent filters that you're going to use all the time, and the color scheme, so you can just make sure that whenever you log in, they're there ready, so you don't have to try and find them and search them and think, it takes me a few, even a few seconds are precious in the business world. So they're all on hand to actually use instantly. You can clear your search history as well. So, if you searched a lot of hashtags and you think, actually, I decided I only want to use these top hashtags to search on, I can delete all the rest because they weren't relevant and I didn't need to use them in future as well. So you can really sort of, clean up your profile for making it more proactive and increase your productivity as well, just making it as clean by having your own filters and knowing which hashtags you want to search or users. You can see all the posts you've liked, and not too sure if you knew that, but you can go into your if you go into your profile, you can then go and see all the ones you've liked, and then you can go and interact with them in the future as well and say, actually, I really like this. I remember it's given us a good influence to actually post ours out, or us inspiration and things like that as well. You can switch between multiple accounts within Instagram as well. So you may have a few different brands under your umbrella as a business, and you can go into the app and you just go into your profile and the settings and you can switch between. Especially if you're a digital agency, you may manage like 10 clients. You can set all of those up in one Instagram account and you can flick between them. Again, within Sendible, that's why we have the tool, so you can actually manage multiple clients. You can switch between not only your Instagram, but your Facebook, your LinkedIn, Google+, everything like that as well. So Sendible is really great for productivity. But again, if you're using just the Instagram app, you can have multiple accounts within that. So you can create collages, so you can use apps such as Layout, but as you mentioned, as you probably know now, you can actually put up to 10 images within one post, and then people can swipe through that. So it's a really great way if you've got like a lead up to an event, or you've got you're showing a product, you can flick between all the different pictures on Instagram and show a really good little story within that, and not just a big stream going down of posts. They can simply just see one. If they're intrigued, you'll see the little dots at the bottom underneath on the bottom right of the picture, and people can just flick through all the pictures within that post that you've done. And a great one, which we've sort of covered quite a few times, is you just send direct messages to individual users. So again, to engage with influencers and to get people to know about your product, customer service, and hints and tips. A great way to be able to do that. So I know we covered the Instagram stories earlier, but I'll just quickly go over that again. So you can create a collage of available pictures, which lasts up to 24 hours, and you can just keep topping up all the time. And again, the more you do that, the more you'll be prioritized at the top of people's home screens, and you'll see like a colorful band around your picture if you've updated your story. If not, it's just a solid band at the top, and that just means they've done like one update, but you'll be able to see it happening all the time going forward on that as well. So you can document rather than promote. So the great thing about social media that people want to know your consistent story going forward as a business and how you're striving and improving through customer service and listening to what your customers do. So, a great way the stories and going live is to document your journey as a business. You can use text and stickers as well, so a great way to really push on your stories is to have stickers, so you can put some fun emojis. You can even do things like use the eraser button, so you can do colourful things all over your pictures, and then you can erase like with smiley faces, so just your eyes show behind in the background. And then what you can also do as well, you can do things like boomerang. So if you hold down a boomerang and let go, what that does is it's a really cool way for a video just to go back and forth. So you probably see people who are like pouring a drink and it pause and goes back, and things like that. So it's a really cool way to be able to do that. You can even do rewind, so you do a video and it shows it completely backwards. You can do hands-free. So this is a feature which they've done, which Snapchat hasn't got. So hands-free means you used to have to hold the button down to do a video. Now you can simply just click the button and you can do a live video on Instagram rather than having to hold that down like you have to do on Snapchat all the time as well. So really great way that you can go live, move the camera around without having to hold the button. There's now clickable hashtags and locations as well. So if you're in a particular location, so you're maybe in a town in London, you can actually tag that location and actually have links. So someone clicks on, say, that it was like Brixton, you could say actually I'm at Brixton Pop, which is a really popular sort of street food market around there. You could say actually I've tagged my location, and anyone clicks on that location within your picture, it would actually bring up every other post that anyone's ever done about that location. And again, the same as hashtags. So you can overlay with some really cool clickable interactive content over your pictures as well. You can mention people in your stories, so a great way to actually, again, to get people commenting and involved in your stories. You can include them, and then you can actually say, hi, customer A, we'd love to have your feedback on our new product. Give us a shout, we'll drop you an email with how you can have a free product sample. And again, that's going to really up the engagement. Instagram itself is going to love it due to the algorithm that you're mentioning other people and you're going live and you've got your stories, because that's new features that they want to really push, again, to beat competitors like Instagram. So they really want you to start using their features rather than them, not Instagram, sorry, Snapchat. So, and currently there's 200 million daily stories as well. So as I say, there's 700 million active users, and now 200 million of those people are actually doing daily stories. So as a business, you can really jump on board that now and start getting your brand known. There's also new face filters. This is another sort of feature that Instagram sort of copied from Snapchat because they thought it was very popular. But now you can put some really cool, fun face filters that follow you. You can put hats on, you can put glasses on, and all these different cool little fun things to make your videos a bit more quirky as well. So, you could use one of the, you could do hints, like tips of the week, and every time you do tips of the week, you can have a new funny face filter or something like that on well, where you play a different character. So you'll probably see Gary Vaynerchuk, you probably know him. He's very popular on Instagram and across other social networks. He done his hints and tips as Gary Granny, where he had the filters as a granny and things like this. So there's really fun things you can do to really engage your audience and get people following you and make some fun around what your brand's about as well. So some cool ideas there. So how do we manage your Instagram strategy through Sendible? So as mentioned, there's no API for posting. There's no plans to do that. So how we get around that is posting engaging on Instagram is manually and time-consuming process. So what we've done is we've simplified scheduling. So you create new content in a few taps on our desktop app or on our mobile app. You schedule to Instagram in advance, so the time and date that you want that to go on. It can quickly be approved content for publishing. That's by your colleague, or you can do that by yourself. And I'm just going to show you a really quick video now. It's only a few, it's like 30 seconds long. I'm just going to show you this. So this is how you schedule. Oh, hopefully the bandwidth hasn't. Good stuff. For those who missed that, if it's a bit quick, you can see at the top it's sendible.com/insights/Instagram-scheduling-tools, and you can watch that video and you can learn how to schedule through Sendible to Instagram as well. But again, we've recorded this and we'll send you the video afterwards as well. Good stuff. So I'm just going to go on to back to the slides. Again, any questions you have, my colleague Veronica's here to answer them, or I can shout them out. And again, if you're on Twitter, use @Sendible and include us in the conversation to let us know what you think of the webinar so far. Good stuff. So managing multiple accounts with streams on Sendible as well. So what we allow you to do is use streams to manage comments and likes and photos. So if you're on Sendible, you can go in the engage section, you can filter it to Instagram, and you'll actually be able to read and respond to the comments directly on the dashboard. So if you're an agency, you can switch between clients, you can in real time reply, you can like, and you can reply to the comments on your pictures as well. You can view all of your posts and reply to the comments, as I mentioned. You can repost your Instagram posts to other social networks on Sendible. So if you've posted it on Instagram, you can simply repost with the repost button in the engage section. You can choose what social networks and post that directly to your other social networks through Sendible. So again, really great way to syndicate that with literally 1 or 2 clicks of the button to get more reach. So you can do a live search on Sendible for hashtags as well. So you'll see in this picture down here, you enter your hashtag and you can sort of see how many people are actually searching on that. You can monitor hashtags to increase opportunities as well. So you can get regular email notifications on the hashtags that you're searching for. So that can be like a push notification or anything like that as well. So again, if this hashtag's trending, you can jump in there in a conversation and get a lot more people involved by sort of posting relevant ones as well. So we've also got auto likes as well. So engagement is crucial for success on campaigns. So Sendible's auto like, you can like up to, I think it's around 60 pictures an hour, and it will automatically unfollow them or follow them as well if they haven't followed you back. So it's a really nice soft automation. So and it basically does it, and it's less time consuming for you to have to go in there and click the button to follow everyone all the time. And 24 hours a day, when you're working, when you're traveling to work, when you're in a meeting with your clients, it's actually in the background liking all those hashtags as well. So a really good way to grow your followers very, very quickly as well. You can choose the hashtags that you like. Again, you'll see the drop-down box here in the little picture at the bottom right-hand corner. It's actually going to show you the hashtags, and it's going to see how many posts for that hashtag on each one. So you can choose the most trending ones. You can like up to 6 posts per hour. Sorry, I might have got that wrong. And then also we got auto follow. So what you can do is once you've automatically liked them, you can actually automatically follow them as well. So again, it builds up your really nice count of followers, and if they haven't followed you in 24 hours, it will automatically unfollow them, because you can only have a certain amount. I think it's 7,000 followers you can have on, or 7,500 followers on Instagram before you can't follow anymore until you hit a certain limit. So it's good that you follow and unfollow these people automatically to keep a really fresh and engaging sort of user base on here as well. So these are just a quick testimonials for people who use our Instagram app as well to help grow their business. So you can see it's personally utilized this feature, and my followers engagement has gone through the roof with qualified actual people, and it's awesome. So again, these are some of our clients who are constantly using our app in the background to grow their business as well. And if you're a Sendible user and you want to do a case study or send us any testimonials, drop me an email at luke@sendible.com, and we'd love to hear that as well. So this is just a quick overview of some of the reports from Instagram as well. So you'll be able to see your key metrics within Sendible. So you'll be able to see your number of followers, your following, your posts, your audience growth, your top followers, your top engaged users, and things like that as well. So if you go into the measure section within your dashboard, you can see this. We've also done an awesome webinar previously that we held, which just goes for about an hour just through all the different Sendible reports and how you can utilize them as well. So if you go to youtube.com/Sendible, you can see those previous webinars that we've done focused on the reports. So the high-level overview of the reports you'll see your channel header, so all the channel header information like your followers, following, number of posts. You can see the number of people you followed over a particular time period, so you can adjust the time you want to see how many people you followed at a time. You can see the following, so over a set few months or days or weeks, if you've done a particular campaign, you can see the number of people, and you can see spikes in followers if you've done a really great campaign, and you can learn how that worked as well. You can see your Instagram posts and comments, so within the reports you'll be able to see a nice list of all of those posts and positive and negative comments, etc. as well. And you can also see the number of posts you've posted over the time. So, we had 4% of people who said they post over 21 posts a week. So you can say it. So if you've suddenly not been able to post that 21 a week because something's happened, like you've gone on holiday, you'll really be able to see the spikes, the ups and downs of your followers based on the levels of engagement you're pushing out onto the networks. So for everyone that's stuck with us, and if you've gone to G2 Crowd and typed in Sendible and left us a review, everyone actually gets a free article writing credit. So Sendible's got an article writing service where we write a 500-word blog for you on any topic that you choose. Our writers are written for TechCrunch, Mashable, Forbes magazine. So if you want to leave us a review on G2 Crowd, then you'll get a free article credit, and we will send that over to you in the next 24 hours after you've written the review for us. So we'd love to hear your feedback. So we're coming to the end of the webinar now. You may probably know we've got a 30-day free trial of Sendible, so sendible.com/free trial. You can sign up to there, and again you can see all of our social media profiles at the bottom, so check us out. And if you've enjoyed the webinar today, please feel free to include us at Sendible on Twitter. And again, my name's Luke, and you can do at Sendible Luke, and I'd really appreciate all the feedback, or tag influencers or anyone you want in there as well to engage in the conversation about Instagram. But we'll be online for a few more minutes, and I hope everyone found this useful. We've recorded it and we'll be sending that back through. And again, it's G2 Crowd if you want to leave us a review, and we can send you a free article credit as a thank you. Good stuff. So I'm just going to stay online for a few more minutes. Keep your questions coming in. I know Veronica's working really hard here to try and keep up with them all, but the ones we don't answer, we'll answer after the webinar, either today or tomorrow, if that's okay with you. And again, jump onto Twitter, say how much you enjoyed the webinar if you can. And my name's Luke, and my surname's Knight with a K, so K-N-I-G-H-T, and add me on LinkedIn if you're free as well, and we can take the conversation about social media further. Okay, we hope you found this insightful, and we'll be putting this up on YouTube tomorrow afternoon, and we'll also email you all the links. So have a great morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world. And we really appreciate your time and hope you can try a free trial of Sendible if you haven't already. Okay, take care everyone. Okay, cheers. Bye.